guys, we will be finding the total value of the investment that we have here, talking about compound interest. Here we have 18,000 was invested at 9% compounded semi-annually for 6 years. If we want to find the total value of that investment at the end of that 6 years, we're going to use this formula for the compound interest because they use the word compounded. Now, this formula stands for this, the P here stands for the principal investment, which is the 18,000. The R stands for the rate in percentage, and the T is the number of years. The N stands for how compounded it was in the year. In this case, semi-annually, the N will be 2. So the A is your total value of that investment at the end of the 6 years. So if we have to substitute our numbers into this formula, we'll get 18,000 for the principal amount, 1 plus 9%, which is the same thing as 0.09 for decimal, divided by 2. And the 2 is because they use the word semi-annually. And then of course you times that 2 by the number of years, 6, which gives you 12. Now if you look at this very well, you're gonna see that 18,000, 1 plus 0.045 to the power of 12 will give you this answer. Now however, you need to be careful that when you're doing compound interest, please do not add the 1 to the 0.09 before dividing by 2. So you should make sure that you don't add this one to this number here before you divide by 2. You have to divide this first before you add 1 to it, and then you raise it to the power there. Another example we can have is this one. In this case, it's this amount here, this principal amount was compounded annually, which is yearly for 3 years. So we use the formula again. Our principal amount is 1,500 or 1,500, and then we put our 1 plus the 7%. Because it's annually, we just put over 1, which is basically the same thing as 7. And then our NT is the 1 times the number of years. Now if we go further, we should have 1,500 or 1,500, 1 plus 0.07. Now when we add that all up, we should have this amount here, where we have 1 plus 0.07 to the power of 3, giving us this final amount here. Please, like I said, do not add the 1 to the, anyway, in this case, it's still going to be the same thing anyway, because it's over 1, so you can just have 1 plus 0.07 and go on from there. This third example we have here, you can clearly see the formula was used again. This time, however, we have quarterly for 4 years. So the quarterly will be 4 times in the year that this rate was compounded for. So you've got to split that rate into 4. Do you see? You don't add the 1 to the rate before you split it to 4. You've got to split the rate into 4 first before you add the 1 to it. And of course your NT here will be the 4, which is the quarterly, and the number of years. Now if you substitute the values into this formula we had here, you would have a final total value of the investment to be this. I'll go back to the first slide here. When we got the total value of the investment to be this amount, if we were asked what the interest was, what we need to do is take away 18,000 from this amount here to get what the interest was, what was added to 18,000 to get that final amount. So we've got to be careful. So when we are asked for the interest, we take away the principal amount from the total value of the investment to get the interest. But when we are asked for the total value of the investment, this will be our final answer. I hope that helps on compound interest.